Hello and welcome to episode 52, and for this session I've come down to Digger Lakes, as you can probably see it. I'm here for 48 hours and I'm looking forward to this one. It was almost a year ago when I was here last, when I was fishing with me mate Clark. He's going to be joining me at some point this evening, so bit of unfinished business here, because last time I was here almost a year ago I blanked, so that was a 48-hour session as well, so I'm determined to catch them at this time. But anyway, all my gear's still in the car, so I've still got a bit of work to do yet before I'm fishing. So until then, let's go fishing. Guys, that's it. I'm fishing. Well, I've been actually out for a couple of hours already, but I was a bit hungry, so I had to have something to eat before I filmed this bit. 2 rods out, which is all that's allowed here at Digger Lakes. I'm going to put some bait out later on. Spot a load of pellet out. So yeah, it's alright, nice and quiet. I'm the only one on the lake at the moment, but it'll be a few hours time yet before Clark comes down and joins me in the swim to the left. I think he wants to go. But yeah, it's alright here. A bit noisy behind me from Diggerland, which is literally right behind my bivvy, so hopefully I get a bit quiet later on when that place closes down for the night. I'll show you the swim later on where I'm fishing at the moment. That may change during the course of the session. Yeah, it's changed to have be out on a proper session. Done a lot of day sessions lately, and yeah, that time I got out and done a proper long session. Can't remember the last time I was out on a proper 48-hour, a while ago. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on because I don't want to make this video too long, because it probably will be, as it's a 48. So next scene I'll show you where I'm fishing. Right, so this is my swim as I look at my bivvy. I'm literally sat right in the doorway to my bivvy, so it's literally just a few footsteps before I'm at my rods. So quick look at my rods a minute. All as you can probably see there, red line. As you guys who have been watching me regularly, you know, I was trialing red line on one reel. While I was having such good success with it, I've decided to switch all my reels to red line. So, like, it's only 2 rods out here, but all 3 rods in this 3 rod setup are now on red line, and also both my rods on my day session rods, my 2 rod setup, are all on red line now. If you've watched my 2 previous day session videos where I had that 20 and an 18 all on red line, so it's enough to convince me to switch all to red line already. Anyway, stop waffling on about the red line. Left rod is literally just down there. There's a tiny little island to my left there. You can see some lily pads there, and I've just done a little underarm flick, and I'm probably just, I don't know, somewhere behind that swan's head with my left rod at the moment. Just been texting me mate Jakey Evans, and he's been in this swim. He reckons I should put a rod out, my left rod, change it to over here somewhere in between this little island and that is actually a big long island there that divides a bit of water that's round the back. He reckons I should go about halfway between this little island and that island, somewhere down about there. And then my right hand rod is sort of just about there, probably about a rod length off the island, probably about a rod length to the left of that white post and a rod length back. So yeah, so that's my swim. The swans are picking up bits of pellet that I've just chucked out with my scoop. I'm going to spot out some pellet in a minute and bait up an area over my right hand rod, and possibly that area which Jakey suggested I fish with my left rod. Alright, let's crack on with that in a minute. Well, I was about to spot out some pellet. I literally just got my spod rod out ready. As you can probably tell by the sound on the bivvy roof, it's just started lashing it down. So, spodding's on hold for a few minutes while this rain subsides, or however long it takes. Yeah, typical British weather. Right guys, gonna do a quick evening update. As you can see, I'm now joined by Clark. He's in the swim to my left. Still no fish yet, obviously, otherwise you would have seen them by now, but there has been some fish activity in my swim. There's been a few jumpers and a few splashes out in front of me, over sort of roughly where my right hand rod is, so that's a good sign. But let's hopefully they can get into my area and not that bloody swan that's down by my left hand rod.
Yeah, got a signet with it as well.
But anyway, so hopefully the action will pick up. As I said earlier on, I blanked last time I was here and I don't want to do another blank.
Yeah, well, it's looking a lot better than last time. It was really hot the last time you were here, so now you've got overcast, nice rainy weather, yeah.
Probably hit the rain on top of the bivvy.
Yeah, so hopefully they're going to keep their heads down and start getting on the munch. Like you said, they're in the area, so we know we're in for a chance.
Yeah, so hopefully all that tail that I spotted out earlier on will attract the fish in, keep them in the area, and find my hook bait hopefully.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Right then, I'll leave it there. Don't want to make the video too long than it has to be. I'm going to have some dinner in a minute because I'm getting a bit peckish. It's about 9 o'clock now, so we're sort of starting to lose the light a bit. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in the night with a fish. If not, you see me in the morning looking depressed.
That's it. See you in a bit.
Right then guys, just thinking about putting me dinner on. Right hand rod screamed off. Not one of the big ones, but a nice 11 pound 2 mirror. Very recognisable because its dorsal fin's a bit split. It did have its fin up a minute ago if you saw that, but yeah, cracking little 11 pounder. Not big, but I'm very happy because it's my first Digger Lakes fish I've had. Absolutely happy as Larry with that. Oh, seen fish showing in the area like I said earlier on, and there definitely was. I'm happy now. Hope you can see that alright. My lighting's not very good, but yeah, a fish. Hee. Right then guys, 20 to 7 in the morning, right hand rod went again. Slightly bigger fish this time, of a lovely 17 pound 4 mirror. Absolutely cracking. Give me a little indication this one, a few little bleeps on the Delkim just to wake me up, enough to make me sit up, and then went racing off. Oh, absolutely magnificent. 2 fish from Diggers. Very happy now. Oh, it's got a little wound on this side. Going to treat with the propolis, and then get a photo, and then we'll get her back. Bob's your uncle. Right guys, just gonna talk about my rigs I'm using this session that I've caught both those fish on so far. If you've watched both of my last day session videos where I was at Tucker's Pond in Farringdon, I've basically carried on using the same rig as I was using in them sessions because they were doing well in those sessions, so basically I've just carried it on here, and yeah, it's still working. So yeah, my rigs are Nash diffusion leader, 3 ounce flat square lead, short 4-inch braided hook link. This one's actually a wide gape hook, but the fish I've caught so far on have been curve shanks, and then a double 8mm hook bait, which the top one is a pop-up, the bottom one is a bottom bait, and that's just enough to, when it's on the bottom, just to sit the hook up like that. The bottom bait's the Hinder's Supreme Cream. Smell absolutely lovely. And then the pop-ups are the CC More Hellraisers, which when you buy them are actually flavourless. They're purely for the colour. And when I first bought these, I glugged these all up in the beetling, so they're just sort of beetling pop-ups now really. And then as per usual, all that rig goes into a solid catch cut PVA bag, as always, that I've become quite well known for now. So pop up just about through there, so that's it. Pretty much my standard rig. I use pretty much 95% of my fishing now really, and it's always stood me in good stead and still is. So yes, that's it really. get us in a bit of a tangle. So yeah, that's it. That's the rig in a PVA bag. Catches fish. As I was saying yesterday when I got here, actual digger land is literally right behind the lake. There's some of the digger land rides. So if there's any noise in the background, then that's what you can hear. Alright guys, it's just a quick update. It's about lunchtime now, maybe slightly after lunchtime. Just sat in Clark's swim, and his mate that's at the other end had a run, called Clark down for a photo. Just as Clark went up there, his left hand rod went off, and so I had to strike into it, and unfortunately it come off the hook. Clark's got front drag rather than bait runners that I'm used to, and I think where I was trying to wind, and there was not enough drag there to properly set the hook, because Clark's fish is running leads. Unfortunately the fish come askew with a hook, and then while Clark was chatting to his mate who had a 14-pounder, another mate over him, brick pointer theirs, he had a screaming run and lost it. So yeah, the signs of fish, but been a bit quiet in my swim since that fish I had at 20 to 7 this morning. So as it's about midday and sort of typically the sort of the time you get least bites. I say that even though it's just been 3 runs around me, but I've just spotted at some more pellet and boilie chops over my area. So I'm expecting my swim to be a bit quiet now for the next few hours through that bit of commotion I've just made through that spotting. But if I can get some more fish of it, then it'll pay dividends in the long run. So that's what I've done yesterday, and I've had 2 fish off it so far, so it seems to work, that tactic. Anyway, I think about having some lunch soon, and maybe next time I'm talking to you I can be with fish number 3.
Right, well, after losing 2, and being the last person on the lake to have caught, finally got a nice half linear. There we go. 15 £5, pristine fish. Caught a little snowman from a spot that I'd lost one earlier on. Yeah. Really happy with this one. Really happy. Saved me a bite.
They cheat.
Yeah. We finally had one after losing 2. It was very, very, very welcome fish. Just quickly show you the other side. About 3/4 linear, well, quarter linear on that side. Wonderful fish, immaculate condition.
Say cheese again.
Obviously immaculate condition, so let's keep him in that fine condition and get him home. Cheers. Okay, well, after losing 3 today, just had run number 5 and I've landed it. £17.6. Very happy with this one. Really nice head set fish. Certainly makes up for quite a disastrous day. Taking on the combi rig again, little snowman again, running in line. 3 shows before this one. Had some fish head and tail in over my spots. I put both my rods out long. Got some 10 millers around it. It's paid off. When I'm playing it, it seemed a bit smaller on the surface. It didn't really look big at all, but yeah, wonderful fish nonetheless. So let's get this gorgeous one back.
Right then, guys, just a little quick update before I go to sleep. It's around about midnight now, and obviously from the lack of footage from me, it's been a bit quiet in my swim since that fish I had this morning. There's been action all around the lake apart from in front of me. So yeah, so I'm just about to go to sleep in a minute. Been sat in a Clark's swim chatting for the last few hours, and like you do when you're night fishing, but that's it, off to sleep in a minute, and then yeah, hopefully I can get a fish in the night, but if not, I'll see you in the morning. So until either fish or the morning, I'll see you later. Morning, guys. Yes, nice and early. It's just good 7 o'clock. I was woken up about 3 hours ago with the tufties on the lake diving down on both my rods and picking up my rigs, and yeah, jumping out of bed thinking I had runs, and no, once I got outside my bivvy, it was just the tufties that were diving down on me baited areas and picking up my rigs. So yeah, a bit tired, so I ain't got a clue whether my rigs are still fishing effectively or not at the moment, because I ain't got a clue whether the bait has been picked off my rigs, because I haven't checked yet. In a minute, when I finish this piece of camera, I'm going to knock up some rigs that will sort of be anti-tufty, sort of tufty proof, sort of anti-tufty, so whether the rigs get picked up or not, I'm still going to be fishing effectively and make sure I'm not tangled, make sure there's still bait on there. When I've knocked up some rigs, I'll show you what I've done. I don't think any fish have come in tonight from Clark, because we're in touch overnight via the old walkie-talkies, and I haven't heard nothing from him, so I don't think Clark's had a fish in the night. Right. Yeah. I think I'll knock up a couple of rigs. Once I've done that, I'll show you what I've knocked up, and then I think I'll have some breakfast, I think. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, guys, just knocked up 2 rigs to combat the tufties diving down on my bait, and I have some tufty proof rigs. So this is what I've come up with. Start at this end. Nash diffusion leader, fishing it on a lead clip system, got a 2 1/4 ounce sort of flat knobbly pear lead, and then an anti-tangle sleeve, about 6 inches of coated braid, about the last inch uncoated BB shop Nash fang twister with a bit of a shrink tubing on there just to give it a bit of a kicker, and then 2 bits of fake corn, one, as you can see, one yellow, one white. Done both rigs. I'm going to cast out exactly the same. The only difference is on the other rig I've done the white bit as the top bit and the yellow bit underneath. So if that ever gets picked up by coots, that bait can never come off, obviously, because it's fake. And if it does get picked up, because it's coated braid and the anti-tangle tube, it's always going to, if it gets picked up, it's always going to kick back out because of the stiffness of the coated braid and the anti-tangle sleeve. So it can get picked up, it's always going to reset itself and sit nicely. Before I cast it out, made up a little mesh bag of pellet, like golf ball size, and then all I'll do before I cast it out, I'll hook it on, give it a twist, go through the mesh again, there we go, so it stays on the cast, and that's how I cast it out. When I cast it out, so the knots away from the hook, so that when the PVA melts, it's the knots are the last bit to melt and they're always away from the hook. So that's it, my anti-tufty rig. Got a few hours fishing left before it's time to pack up. Hopefully can pick up at least one more fish before it's time to go home. Let's get these cast out and then get some breakfast on the go. I'm going to show you something quickly. I only just noticed it. During the night I must have had a cheeky little rodent coming into my bivvy. There's on top of me bait bucket. Had a PVA bag ready to go for a night cast in case I had a fish in the night. So as you can probably see, there's a hole in the bag. Hooks hanging out. Hair rig's gone. Bait's gone. Hole in the bag. So it looks like during the night I've had some cheeky little rodent come in my bivvy, eat into me PVA bag and nick me up bait. Oh, that's a ruined rig. Cheeky little blighters. There's some sort of rodent shit all over the top of the bucket as well. Yeah, I don't think that PVA bag's going to be much use for casting out anymore. There we go. The old tufties are back. So he's diving right in the middle of that flat spot, right where my right hand rod is. Done a recast closer to the margin, so that little flat spot is all the oil's being kicked up of me pellets in my PVA mesh. Oh, I was almost waiting then for a bleep on my alarm as he tried to pick up my fake corn rig. There is he. Yeah, certainly made a nice flat spot out there from the oils that my pellet being stirred up. Alright guys, just a quick update with a couple of hours to go. Stayed on a bit longer than my 48 hours because where Clark didn't turn up until evening time when he got here. I'm staying on as well to when he has to go. So I think by the time I come to pack up, I think my session would be more like a 56-hour session, I suppose. Not a bit long, shorter than that, but 54 hours. Anyway, nothing much has happened today since trying those different rigs to avoid the tufties. Absolutely nothing has happened today. It's been dead all round in mine and Clark's swims. There was one fish that showed, it's probably just at a camera shot, that was way up here. I cast a rig to earlier on, but yeah, nothing happened. That was the only show I've had today, sort of even vaguely in this area. So I've tried fishing all the far margins, all up here, all along this far bank. You know, I've tried open water all around here, various casts. Nothing's happened, and the only last thing I haven't tried, which I've just done a little recast to, is I'm trying the inside margins now. So I literally just plopped the rod down, probably just the other side of these bushes, put a rod length down here, and then my right hand rod is probably just in amongst these lilies here. Did I say right rod or left rod? It's right in amongst these lilies just here. So fishing in close is probably about the only thing I haven't tried today, so that's my last hope for the last couple of hours fishing while I'm still here. If that doesn't work, then yeah, it's a bit, don't know what else to try because nothing else is happening. See, every now and again you get that in the distance, the odd flat spot keeps coming up. You think, oh, there must be fish turning, because that is roughly where I'd been baiting up over my right rod over sort of like the first couple of days I've been here. But you don't really get any shows. You sort of get the odd flat spot come up and that's it. But yeah, apart from trying the inside margins, which I'm trying now, I've sort of ran out of ideas basically. Anyway, that's it. 2 hours to go. Fingers crossed I can get one more.
Well, after a disastrous session, finally made up for it. Just a couple of hours from the end of the session. A really scrappy low double. Really went for it. But I'm just glad to have not lost this one. Really glad. Me and Chris were starting to get a bit bored. We're wishing for some fish. And there you go. Lovely little gorgeous one. So let's get him on home.
Sorted.
Well done, Carp. Thank you very much.
Right, and guys, quick update on my rodent issue I was showing you earlier on. Rolling up my bivvy, right at the back of the bivvy, on the ground. It was probably under my bivvy actually. It was only when I lifted up the edges. Yeah, it would have been, yeah. I lifted up the bivvy as I was rolling it up. Look what I found. Me bottom bait and pop up from me PVA bag that got chewed and destroyed. I showed you earlier on. Never thought I'd see that again, because you would think it was eaten by now, but there, under me bivvy, round the back, the cheeky little blighter, after destroying a PVA bag and a good hook link, didn't even have the common decency to eat the whole thing. Well, that's it then, guys. Come to the end of my session. Just the two for me in the end. Started off quite well and then it sort of tailed off a bit for me. I still consider it a successful session though, because last time here, almost a year ago, I blanked, and I said to myself before I even got here, even if I had one fish, I'd be happy with that, because it means it's not another blank. So I got two, so I'm happy. So I go home now. I'm just in the little summer house that's by the sort of the gates of the car park when you come in, where there's all fish pictures of fish that have been caught here. Sort of nice little sort of summer house thing. There's the magazines on the table and that you can read while you're here, as long as you put them back afterwards. So that's it. Not a bad session. Could have been a bit better after the good start I had, but that's fishing. Right, I'm off home, so I've got about a 2 hour drive ahead of me. See you later.